Hi, my name is Vaseem and I am the author of The Unexpected Inheritance of Inspector Chopra, a murder mystery set in the city of Mumbai, India. The lead character of the novel is Inspector Chopra, a very rigid and honest police officer from the Mumbai Police Service, a man who is both an ace crime fighter and someone who cares deeply about the social ills that he sees in his country. The plot of the novel follows Inspector Chopra, who is forced into early retirement and on his last day in office is confronted by a dead body. The body is of a local boy, a poor boy, and Chopra quickly realises that his seniors in the service do not wish him to investigate this boy's death. And so he decides to go off on his own and solve the mystery anyway. Of course, he's not quite on his own because he is accompanied on his endeavours by a 1-year-old baby elephant named Ganesha, which has been sent to him by his long-lost and mysterious uncle. This novel was born on the first day that I set foot in India. I went to India at the age of 23 to work as a management consultant in the fantastic city of Mumbai. I remember my first day vividly. I walked out from Bombay airport into a wall of searing 40-degree heat, and almost the first thing that I saw set the scene for me, because there, milling around the taxi rank, waiting for the new arrivals, were a group of lepers and beggars, not the kind of sight one routinely sees in the East End of London where I grew up. 10 minutes later, the taxi that I was in stopped at a traffic junction, and there was a terrific thumping on the side of the cab, and I looked around and I saw this very tall, broadly built gentleman wearing an magnificent midnight blue sari, and that was my first encounter with a eunuch. Again, not a sight one commonly sees in the East End. So by now I was a little bit disconcerted, and so I decided to focus my attention on the main road and this great river of passing traffic, and that's when I saw the most surreal sight of all. Because, lumbering through this traffic, there came an enormous grey Indian elephant with a mahout perched on its back. And this amazing sight stayed with me, so that 10 years later, when I came back to the UK and decided to put all of those wonderful memories into a novel, I knew right from the beginning that elephants would be involved. So now I had a great plot and a wonderful lead character, but I couldn't quite work out how to include that elephant. And I wrestled with the problem for a while, and it was solved for me one day by Sir David Attenborough. I remember watching this wonderful documentary about elephants, and the next day when I woke up, almost the first thought that popped into my head was a line, and that eventually became the first line of the novel. On the day that he was due to retire, Inspector Chopra discovered that he had inherited an elephant. And right there I knew that the elephant would be a central character in the series, not just a gimmick, but a genuine foil and partner for Inspector Chopra. I knew it would be a baby elephant because they're just cuter, and I also knew that the elephant would have its own personality. As well as being adorable, it would be tenacious and resourceful, and determined, and of course mischievous. He is a child after all. And my hope is that as readers follow the life of young Ganesha through the series, they will fall in love with him just as I did when I was creating the character. And if those aren't enough reasons to read the book, let me leave you with 3 more. If you would like to know what India looks like, and sounds like, and feels like, and smells like, and even tastes like, you should read this book. If you would like to read a crime novel that's a little bit off the beaten track, set in an exotic location with a truly colourful cast of characters, you should read this book. And lastly, if you're like me and you're simply passionate about elephants, you should read this book.